LSBU has a great location. It's within walking distance to the London Eye, London Bridge, St Paul's Cathedral and Waterloo Station. The lectures are very interesting and engaging, as the majority of tutors used to work or still working in the field of their studies. Majority of the time we concentrate on real-life practice and real-life examples rather than concentrating on theory. The lecturers and tutors can be accessed by email, Facebook, and LinkedIn. They're always keen on help and want to hear from you, whether it's feedback or some questions regarding to your subjects. There are loads of ways to get involved, whether you want to volunteer to get some work experience. For example, Career Gym is always there for you, whether you need some advice on application form, CVs, or in general, you want to get to know how you could increase your employability. The university has great facilities. The library resources enable students to access all academic material at any time. The Learning Resources Centre gives students the advantage of using computers for personal and academic use, printers, and also booking meeting rooms for group projects. The canteen offers great quality food at affordable prices, and the university also has 7 other coffee shops available for students.
The university has 4 halls of residence. It's really great because it gives you an opportunity to share with other students. They're all in very close proximity to the university, about 5 minutes walk. It's a great way to make new friends, especially in your first year when everyone's in the same boat. The Clarence Centre has recently opened, and the courtyard has table tennis on offer. It's a great place to go with your friends, and sometimes there are competitions organised that you can take part in. LSBU has a newly renovated gym. The staff are highly professional and very helpful, and it's a really encouraging place to go if you want to work out. We also offer classes every single day. There's about 20 different classes to choose from. The Students' Union has a great Students' Union bar. It's a great place to go on campus, however, due to the location in London South Bank, it's very easy to go into central London, and there's tons to do in terms of parks, bars, and clubs, things that happen all around the year, and different events.
Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to our YouTube live webinar on Career Guidance System.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope you all are safe and well. Myself, Rajendra Rizal, founder CEO of KIEC. Earlier, we used to call it Kathmandu Infosys Educational Consultancy. I would like to welcome you all on our Facebook and YouTube live counseling session. This is a 1-hour program. Today, in this live session, we will again be talking about a study in UK and one particular university, that is London South Bank University. Yes, it is London South Bank University. The university is situated in the central London, a 125 years old award-winning university. To talk about the university, I have invited a very special guest today from the university, and his name is Karan Isaar. With him, we will be discussing about the university, faculties, program that they offer, scholarships, intakes, entry requirement, placement opportunity, as the university offers the placement opportunity for various courses. So that is an added advantage for any Nepalese students who are after to get high quality education, as well as the placement opportunity, which will definitely gonna help you to add the values on your CV. That will help to increase your competitiveness and also your competitiveness around the world. And also, of course, post-study work opportunity, which has just recently been reintroduced by UK government. And also, we would like to expect your valuable questions on our Facebook page and the YouTube channel, where you can type your questions on the message section below. Let me introduce my guest today, Karan. Welcome, Karan, to our live Facebook and YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rajendra. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be kind of joining in for this session, and I hope everyone and everything is kind of fine in Nepal at the moment.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, situation is going a little bit worse because we are getting more infected case rather than the cured case. So hopefully everything gonna be quite all right. But the
Yeah.
good part is like testing is going rapidly. So very soon we will be back to normal. So
That's great.
before starting, I would like to ask the question regarding COVID. As we know that the UK has suffered a lot, and they already have lost over 37,000 people due to
Yeah.
this pandemic. But now situation is getting back to normal, and also we got good news that the most of the sections are easing gradually by the government. So just I would like to know what are the preparations that the university has made in order to welcome the student for September intake.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Rajendra. I mean, I think I'd first like to kind of start by thanking you for kind of giving us the opportunity to come online and kind of do a session with students and talk a little bit about the university. Mr. Rajendra, I think in the lights of COVID, I think as a university, the work started right from the day we heard that it's getting serious, because the first and the foremost priority for the university was taking care, ensuring the safety and security of the current students which were on campus. So fortunately, with our amazing angel teachers and professors, we were able to kind of move everything online, which is currently happening for the students who are studying in year 1, year 2, year 3. But I think as far as COVID is concerned, it's tough to say, this comes kind of without saying that I think everyone is kind of going through a very extraordinary times, and the unprecedented amount of change that's hitting us from all the angles. Yes, there has been some good news. I mean, I think last week we heard that there were 0 cases reported in London, which is again fantastic news, and life is slowly kind of coming back to normal. But I think it's still going to take a little bit of time. As a university, we are obviously energetic and happy to kind of welcome students, but I feel that things should get pushed for online. That's how I see the situation going, because September is definitely on. So we've got a green signal for September. That's definitely happening. But as a university, we can't take, student safety and security is the first and the foremost thing. So we can't take that risk of just getting a student, over to the UK just in the interest. Though there are a lot of factors that have to be taken into consideration as a university, and over and above, you still have to work very closely with the government regulations that are coming in. And I think it's very, very important that students also realize that it's not only about what's happening in the UK, it's also about what's happening in our home countries. There could be a possibility that our international borders might not open. I'm based out of India, and like the way situation is in South Asia right now, it's not great, right? So there could be a possibility things go as normal. September goes hopefully, but things might not go well for South Asians, because if the cases are increasing rapidly, then there could be a possibility that that maybe UK says that we can't let students from India or any other country in, because it's already happening in our states. Let's just look at it. I'm just talking about India right now. I put them in Delhi. I can't go from Delhi to Haryana because Delhi, like yesterday, Delhi had 1,000 cases in one day. So the Haryana government is not allowing us to come to Haryana. I'm talking about things that are happening in my own country. So think about an international country. I mean, a UK would straight away say that we would not invite people right now because it's not safe, and I think it makes sense as well. At the moment, all of us are going through a difficult situation. Everybody's adjusted to it fantastically. I think everybody's trying to cope well, and I think students should. I think something that students should understand is that as university, or I think on behalf of all the universities in UK, everybody's doing their best to ensure that things happen on time. We want studies we don't want a gap to come in a student's education. So we want it to be a continuous process. There could be a possibility that we might have to adjust somewhere, but eventually I'm pretty hopeful that things will go back to normal soon.
Yeah, okay. Let's hope for the best. So, let's get into the university. So, why do you suggest the Nepalese student for LSBU?
Yeah, I think it's a very, very good question, and I'll take probably 2-3 minutes to explain this one.
Sure.
I think for us, for all those who are in South Asia, I think the way we've always been cultured and nurtured is that we always want more and less. That's how we've always been. We want to drive more value, but there has been a slight distinction there. I think a lot of people look at education as an expense, whereas it should be looked as an investment. Now, majority of the Nepali students who are looking at going to the UK, they're not going with an intention of coming back the next year. Majority of them, if they're going, they want to ensure that they make the most of the time they get. On top of that, we've got the graduate immigration rules, which kind of helps you to stay for another 2 years to kind of find a good job. And then if you're doing well, your employer is going to he or she is going to take care of you. So in those circumstances, I think something which becomes very, very important for a student is to first understand, why am I going there? Why am I going to a university? What is the purpose? So if I was a student, I would say, okay, I want to spend maximum time there, maybe come back at some point in time when I learn all the best practices. So the most important thing is that I want to stay. For me to stay there, I need a good job. You can't survive without a job outside. And for you to find a job, you eventually need to ask yourself a question that, okay, which university is going to help me find a job? Which university is known for employability? And that brings me to my point that London South Bank as a university, they are the only university which has been awarded University of the Year for graduate employment 2 years in a row. There is no other university which has been awarded that continuously. Okay. Number two, I think location becomes very, very important for students. I think for majority of us, we've always looked at, London equal to UK, right? London in itself is a big thing. We are located right in the heart of central London in Zone 1. And I think this is again a very, very important thing that students should sometimes realize. And I think we when we are young, we sometimes don't pay enough importance to that. But just location will always have its advantage. We are in central London in Zone 1. So London is obviously divided into 6 zones. Zone 1 is the centralmost zone where all the like the main places, House of Parliament, Big Ben, Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, Tate Modern, Tate Britain, everything is kind of located in that area. So it's just 10 minutes, 12 minutes distance from the university. Also, like business students, the business center, the commercial center is right, close to the university. You talk about students who are looking at tourism, you've got the touristy places there. You're looking about architectural students, all the famous buildings are, just in front of you to observe and look at. So there are so many advantages that comes with the location as well. just talking about the facilities, right from a psychology lab to a pub lab, a thermodynamics engineering lab. I mean, you name anything, we have it in the university for students. And I think more importantly, it's practical education, because one of the biggest strengths of the university has always been its employability factor, and that takes two steps back as to why is it that our employers like our students, because the students are being giving practical education. If we talk about South Asia, there's always been a gray area from what we are taught. Like, for example, we were always been taught in accounts as to how to manage accounts, but nobody teaches us how to make money, right? It's a very simple thing, but why is that missing? So you've got so many facilities available for students in business school to help you with that. And yeah, I mean, I think as a university, right from practical approach to teaching, to the central and location affordable fees, which again is very very important. Very they're very generous when it comes to scholarships as well for the students. So all in all, I think LSBU works out very well for somebody who is looking out for a university which has a very very affordable fee, which is again right in the heart of central London. Your accommodation is right opposite to the university, and most importantly, they are giving you and ensuring that you are getting all the opportunities to find a job. We need to understand that, okay, with COVID, the first important thing is safety and security, which I'm sure every parent is concerned about. But a lot of people are not addressing the fact that the second biggest problem is going to be a job. Economies are going down now. UK, obviously, as UK is the fifth largest kind of economy those ways, and they have always strived back. They've always come out of problems, and they will absolutely come out of these problems as well. But it's going to be tough. It's not going to be that easy. I'm not going to say it's going to be a cakewalk for a student to find a job. It's going to be tough. So it's very very important that at this moment a student takes as much interest he or she can when he's choosing an option of a university, the right course, and ensuring, please keep in mind that what is important end of the day, you want a good job. And for you to get a good job, it's important to ask this question to a university: how will you help me find a job? Because if you don't find a job, you will be calling your parents asking for another credit in your accounts, and you don't want that to happen with time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Karan, for your fantastic answer. I have got another question for you regarding the faculties and the program that you offer. What are the faculties and the program that you offer at LSBU?
Yeah. So with LSBU, we've got 7 schools for students. I'll kind of go one by one with those schools. So right from of Applied Sciences, Art and Creative Industry, Built Environment and Architecture, School of Business, Engineering, Health, Law and Social Sciences. I mean, I think from an angle of from a Nepal perspective, with the School of Built Environment and Architecture, I think architecture and civil engineering are doing fantastic. For architecture, we are again ranked 68 in the UK for architecture courses. Civil engineering is again 90% of the students are finding job within the first 6 months. With the business school for accounting and finance, we are ranked 7 in UK for accounting and finance as per Guardian. Again, for marketing, we are number 2. University wide for student satisfaction as well. Then for engineering students, I think chemical, electrical, computer, mechanical, all are doing fantastic. And with School of Law, we are ranked 11 in the UK for law as well. So yeah, I mean, I think we've got some fantastic courses, but generally from what I've seen with Nepal, the School of Business runs very well for the students, because I think obviously in South Asia, business has always been popular. In addition to that, applied sciences, I would say something like a psychology course runs really well. Engineering courses are running really well for a lot of Nepali students. You there, Mr. Rajendra?
Yeah, Karan, sorry. Thank you so much for your answer regarding the program and the faculty. I have a question regarding the academic entry requirement for your all the program. Can you please enlighten us more about the academic entry requirement?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in terms of the entry requirement for undergrad students, our requirement is 2.6, and for postgrad, our requirement is 3 point for 53% for a student. Uh, in addition to that, obviously you need an IELTS score as well. So with IELTS, you need 6 not less than 5.5 at an undergrad level and 6.5 not less than 5.5 at a postgrad level.
And there are many universities who waive the IELTS requirement if they have got a good academic English performance in their previous school. So, do you have such arrangements for scholar student who has a very good academic profile, especially in English?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the moment we don't have that facility with us, but as a university, just keeping in light of COVID, we are pretty open and we are offering a lot of other alternate tests to students, right from Duolingo to Language Cert to TOEFL at home to IELTS indicator. But yes, for students who are academically very sound, we definitely offer them very, very generous scholarships, which I can talk about.
Yeah, thank you. So, can you please explain us little more about the campus?
Yep, absolutely. Is there any way I can share my screen and I kind of wanted? Okay, I can do that. Just a second. Just let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Can you see it now?
Not it.
Should happen now.
Okay, I got your screen. Yeah, I can see. I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So just to quickly again give you a quick snapshot. Again, as a university of 126-year-old, very, very diverse. We've got 18,000 students from 130 plus countries, and that plays a very, very important role. As students, you need to understand that when you are going outside, the more you are in a diverse environment, there's going to be more learning, more creativity, more innovation. And what also helps is that, eventually when you're looking out for a job, when you are entering an organization, you will not find all British people. You will have people from different parts of the world working in that company. So you are already getting that experience of studying in a cross-cultural environment wherein you can learn about different cultures, different people, so that when you enter a corporate world, you are able to adjust yourself very, very easily. Majority of the courses are either they're accredited or they're developed in partnership with professional bodies. And as I said, they are located in Central London location, right in the heart of Central London, wherein everything is around you. You don't need to move places. Okay. These were some of the reasons why somebody should be looking at London South Bank University. The Central London location, support services, partnerships, cutting edge research, accredited courses, and employability. Just quickly on Central London location, and I'll give you a very, very good example. When I went to the university, for my induction, and I was obviously I was meeting a lot of kids to just understand why did they pick up the university, what was the reason for them joining up the university. A lot of them said, my uncle suggested, my aunt suggested, I've got my relatives staying nearby, somebody said, my counselors advised me. There was a very small section who basically cross questioned me, and they said, Karan, where did you last go with your family for a vacation? And I was surprised at why, I was not surprised, I think I was shocked that why are they asking me this question. But anyways, I said, yes, I went to a hill station in India. And they said, how did you select the hotel? I said, I had a certain budget in mind, and I wanted it to be in a location from where I could access all the key places that I wanted to visit in that hill station. And he said that you're applying a very, very basic rule of thumb, that you are looking at your budget and you're looking at proximity. He said, what happens to students when they're coming to an alien country where they don't have anybody, where they don't know anybody? Why do they just come to the university without even knowing where the university is, how the university is, where it's located? And I think he was pretty apt. Just think about it. Just think about Kathmandu as a place. Why people from Pokhara and other countryside regions are coming to Kathmandu? Yes, because there are probably more job opportunities. Any big brand tomorrow that comes is probably going to prefer opening up in Kathmandu, or they prefer opening up in a central area, in a central market. So location will always have its advantage. It's very, very important that students keep that in mind when they're making a decision around selecting. And that's the reason students love it, because it's right in the heart of London. London in itself is an amazing place, and it's easy for you to navigate without even spending money, because you can easily go for a walk and reach places. Some of the awards that the university has got, as I've said, only university which has been awarded University of the Year for graduate employment 2 years in a row. The average graduate salary for our students are 4th best in the country. We have been awarded silver for teaching excellence, top 20 in UK for graduate prospects, and London's #1 modern university for graduate prospects. It's very, very important. As I'm again putting this point, job is going to be the most important thing for us. At least I can say that for South Asians, especially for those who are coming from humble middle class family who want to do well for their family. Because see, you are investing your parents' money, it's your hard-earned money, right? So you need to ensure that if you're investing money, and how much time you can actually get that investment as a return. How early that comes. So this is going to play a very, very important role. If you're just looking at universities just for a course, then God help you. But you especially at this point in time, it's very important that we take very calculated decisions as to what exactly do we want, and then we arrive at which university suits your requirement. Just talking about the location, so I'll give you guys a quick virtual tour of the university. Now this is how the university looks like. So it's important that you guys understand that when you look at a place like London, it's very, very expensive. So it's very hard to find such a big university, especially in a central London location. As I've said, London is kind of dissected into 6 zones. We are in zone 1 in central London. So you can see out here, we are very, very close to Elephant and Castle tube station. That's Elephant and Castle station. It's just a 1-minute walk from here, and you straight away enter the university. Every building that you're seeing right now belongs to the university. There's nothing that is rented out or that's not owned by London South Bank University. Okay. So this is the admissions and recruitment center. This is where, my domestic team, my international team members, they operate from. When I'm at the university, I operate from this area. Technopark is essentially the area from where, all these senior people, the chancellors, vice chancellors, provosts, they operate from this area. Students generally come to this place once or twice a year, but if they're there more than twice, I'm 100% sure that there's something wrong in the university, and they're definitely going to get a beating from those guys. Just behind that, we've got the Keyword Center. Now, the Keyword Center is a beautiful 9-story building. It's also our home to School of Architecture on the 9th floor. The reason why it's kept on the top floor is because you get to see an amazing view of London, and especially for architecture students, it's important that they see how different buildings look like. The Shard, the walkie-talkie. You can just see them, in front of you. Right next to it over here is the Perry's Library. Now, the Perry's Library is a 24/7 library. 2 a.m. at night, you realize you wanted to do your homework, you can straight away walk into the library, get yourself an iPad issued, and straight away you can start working on the project. Okay. Next to the Keyword Center, we've got the K2 Center, which is again home to School of Health. So again, amazing labs which are available for students over here. This on the left-hand side is the School of Business, which again is a very, very popular school. So that's the business school. We've got 13 cafes on campus for students. So it's important that students understand that, don't just look at a university by the name of it. You need to understand you're investing so much money. There has to be some value in that campus. Just think of, just go back 5 years, when we were in schools. Probably, I think Mr. Rajendra and me probably will have to go 10, 15 years back. But, just think about it that, when we were in schools, the amphitheater, the playground, we have had those emotions attached. When we even think and go back to our memory, we sometimes, get very emotional that, we had some amazing time. So campus is always going to have that emotions attached. And, a lot of times students are just coming to university and they're realizing that, oh, my university is just a one building. It's just 2 stories, and that's the end. You take 24 steps and that's done. So, when you're spending money, yes, employability is important. Yes, fee is very, very important. Budget is very important. Location is important, but you have to give some credit or some value or attention to a campus as well, because you're going to be spending next 3-4 years or 1.5 year for some postgrad students. So if you don't fall in love with the campus, what will you talk about later? That where did you actually go? Not in a building, you were in a campus. Okay. Very, very important thing for students. We've got the student center right here at the back. A lot of amazing activities are happening at the student center. We've got more than 70 societies for students. We've got a fantastic Nepali societies for students as well. So you already have your own, from your own country. Very, very important for parents, even for students as well. This is the accommodation. We've got 4 houses of accommodation. McLaren Center is one of the 4 houses of accommodation. Okay. So the advantages that you get, it saves your time because it's just right opposite to the university. You cross the road and you enter the university. It saves your money. If your accommodation would have been probably 2 streets or 3 streets in a different part of London, you would have been paying so much money every week to come and go back. So you save a lot of money there. It gives you a lot of convenience because there is obviously convenience coming with saving time and money. And eventually the time that you're saving, the money that you're saving can always be used. You can save that for a Euro trip, or you can use that for taking up some additional activity if you would want. And the last thing is the Karan Center. Now, the Karan Center, it's an award-winning center. It's a place which has from where more than 70 startups are currently running. So that is connecting me again to the point around employability, around internships, that, just from the Karan Center, there are 70 businesses running from there. There's a high probability that, if you are interested in something, you might find maybe an internship right in the Karan Center, because and those people who are running those projects, they work with you as mentors, as guides, as sometimes judges in competitions. And for a student, there's so much experience, so much exposure coming in. By sitting at the university, you can learn about 70 different businesses, something in architecture, something in digital marketing, something in law. So there are so many advantages that come there. And in addition to that, our university also, just in terms of part-time jobs, they generally offer, they kind of get student ambassadors on board 2 times during the academic year, and those are again paid work, sometimes helping newcomers with open days, or doing some work for us, helping us with some project work. So they do get paid for that as well. And from UK standards, you can work about 20 hours a week during the academic year, and during the summers, during the vacation time, you can work for about 40 hours. Just a little bit ahead, this is the bigger, I'm showing this to you on a bigger map. The green ball that you see is basically London South Bank University. The 4 blue balls that you can see are the 4 houses of accommodation. I just showed you one, which was McLaren House. The rest 3 are again within 3 to 5 minutes distance from the university by walk. Okay. And you can see all the famous places, right from, you look at the House of Parliament, Big Ben, Westminster, the commercial center. Everything is just within 10 to 12 minutes distance from the university. So again, number one, this is the main campus. It's very, very important as students that you understand that you are going to a main campus. There is always going to be a difference between a main campus and a branch campus. Just think about it for a second. It always happens. So you are getting, a feel of staying at a main campus, a very, very big campus right in the heart of central London in Zone 1. Everything is close to you. You talk about law students, you talk about architectural students, you talk about engineering students, you talk about business students. Whatever you want is right across you. Your accommodation is just opposite to you. And it's also important to understand that when we are going outside, a part of us wants to learn and kind of grow as an individual, but that also comes through and some exposure that you get when you enjoy the life. That's how we sometimes grow as well. So all the famous places that you would essentially like to visit once a week or twice a week, those all places are very, very close to you. So you're saving so much money as well. Had you been in a different part, it would have been difficult. And trust me, you are not paying in Nepalese rupee. You are paying in pounds. So every penny counts when you go outside. Even if you look from an accommodation angle, anything that you want is right across the university. Whatever you want Indian food, Nepalese food, any food you want, it's available. You want basic things, it's available to you. So you are located in a very, very good location. Very good location.
Thank you so much, Karan, for your valuable answer. You have covered most of the things. I have a few more questions from the student side. They have asked regarding the scholarship and any other benefits that a student can get. So can you please elaborate more about the scholarship?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of scholarship, I think LSBU definitely welcomes and encourages students from all over the world to study with us. And we offer a range of scholarships for our international students. Number one is going to be the international scholarship. So as a university, they value the academic and cultural diversity that international students bring to the university. And right now we are awarding a partial scholarship of £1,570 to self-funded overseas fee-paying students undertaking undergrad, postgrad, or PhD studies. So 1570 is something that you will get. The entry requirement for that international scholarship is basically the basic requirement. So again, same thing. For undergrad, you need a 2.6. For postgrad, you need a 53%. So as long as you are essentially getting an unconditional offer, you will always get the international scholarship. Also, very, very important to know that we don't make our students wait. As soon as you get the unconditional offer letter, it is going to be mentioned in the unconditional offer letter that what scholarship are you getting. So you don't have to wait for that.
Okay.
Next is going to be a merit scholarship. Now, again, as a university, we again aim to kind of recognize and reward exceptional talent. Enabling academically strong candidates to take their studies to the next level. So at an undergrad level, we are offering again a generous scholarship of £3,000, and at a postgrad level, we're offering a scholarship of £4,000.
Wow.
Now for a merit scholarship, the requirement for undergrad is a 3.2, and for a postgrad it's a 70%. Please keep that in mind that for postgrad students you need a 4-year degree. Okay, but something which is I feel it's a very, very important thing, and I think it works out really well for all of us, is that majority universities that are offering scholarships, that's only for year one. The scholarship that you get, whether international scholarship or merit scholarship, you will continue to get that scholarship till the time you are at the university. So for example, which applies to more, I would say, to undergrad students, if you manage to get, let's say, a merit scholarship of £3,000, you are essentially saving £9,000 over 3 years, because you will continue to get that merit scholarship over the 3 years. The only thing that you need to ensure, which I think our South Asians are very good at, is just passing in school in the exams. That's it. You just need to pass. But you essentially save £9,000, and that's a very, very huge amount. That you can actually save and help your family with, or probably use it for a Euro trip again. And you also get a loyalty award as well. Let's say you're an undergrad student, and let's say you completed your studies, you worked for about 2 years, and then you realize, okay, let's go back, let's kind of further study, let's enhance my skill. You will again get an additional loyalty award as well when you join back the university. Also, something which is very, very important for students to know is that our alumni team is very, very strong. So even if you leave the university, you can still use all the facilities at the university for the next 2 years. You can come, you can use the library, you want the help from the employability team, they can still help you with that. So that's a very, very good additional advantage that students will get. That we don't let our alumni go like this. We always stay connected and very, very close to them. And in fact, our alumni keep coming to universities to share a lot of information. And especially, just think about it right now in this situation, when people are going through a tough time, our alumni are actually helping our students finding internships and finding jobs because of their own connections. So, it's these times wherein you test, and it's working out wonderfully for our students.
Yeah, thank you. And I also, as you have mentioned about the placement opportunity available for international student, for UG courses, you have got placement opportunity, which is called Sandwich Program. Also, you have got the PG program. So can you please explain us about the process to get that placement opportunity for the international student?
Yes, absolutely. So, I think in terms of internships and placements, you'll probably find that with majority of the business school programs, which are essentially coming with internship and placement opportunities. Now, it's also called kind of sandwich program as well. So, for example, something like a BA Business Management or BSc Accounting and Finance, BSc Economics, BA Marketing, BSc Computer Science, BSc Information Technology or BSc International Business Management. These courses are coming with internships or placements. Now, how it works is that, for example, if you're going for a 3-year degree and you're going with a sandwich year, which makes it a 4-year degree, which is coming with placement. Now, towards the end of the second year, with the help of the careers team and the employability team, you start looking out for placements. And as soon as you get it, in the 3rd year, you move out of the university and you start doing your placement somewhere. You complete your placement and you join back the university in the 4th year. For some reason, if you can't find something which is very, very I've not seen that happening. It could be very minute cases, but in case if that doesn't happen, you continue your studies for 3 years. But in situations wherein you're finding it, you go for a 4-year degree and your course becomes an honors course then. So for example, I went for a BA business management course and I found my placement in year 3. I moved out of college, I did my placement, I came back. It becomes a BA honors business management course. You get the honors with that. And also the employability team is going to spend a lot of time with you to kind of nurture you right from day one so that you are completely ready. And as I've said, we are known for employability. That's the reason we have been getting those awards. So I will obviously talk a little bit more about what exactly is the, what's the magic behind why it's working out so well. Why as a university, we're jumping places every year in terms of rankings as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there any fee that you charge to get that placement?
Yes, it's a very nominal fee. You don't have to pay the complete fee of the year. You will be paying a very nominal fee for about 1,050 pounds. I can double check and confirm that, but it's a very, very nominal fee that actually goes out for students.
So, as they will be placed in a different company, so what would be their earnings as doing the placement? Any?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good question. I mean, see, as a university, it varies from where exactly the student is going, because you can go in any part of the world and do your placement. So it again varies from students to students. But what I definitely know is that when students graduate, you can see, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation as well, that our students, our average graduate salary is 4 best in the country, which is effectively between 23,000 to 26,000 pounds.
Okay, that's a very good generous amount. So in regards, as you said earlier, like you will only be accepting 4 years of bachelor for master degree. Is there any ground that you accept the 3 years bachelor degree, which is like equal to associate degree as for the UK NARIC? Because there are few universities who accept the 3 years bachelor degree for a direct master, or they offer the pre-master leading to master. So do you have such kind of arrangement?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think we have it for now, but I can definitely find more information for you on this, and I can pass it on to you, because I don't want to just say something that I'm not 100% sure about. But I can definitely find that for you. I can share it with you, and you can share it with the wider audience later.
Thank you. Yeah, and also, you already have answered this question, but also I would like to ask it again regarding the facilities that you offer for international students, like the accommodations and other add-ons facilities. So can you please elaborate more?
Absolutely. So in terms of accommodation, as I've said, as a university, we have got 4 houses of accommodation for students. All the 4 houses are within 5 to 7 minutes walk. The closest one is McLaren House, which is right opposite to the university. All residences have got great public transport, whether you're traveling by bus, by train, underground. It's very, very economical as well. The room can always be adjusted depending upon students, in case if there are students with special abilities. And again, the accommodation also belongs to the university. So it's not that it's a rented accommodation. We've got 100% control over it. There is safety, security measures that are taken in place. And you would be surprised, but the price for our accommodation is just £141 per week. And trust me, students, if you go on any travel portal and you look out for a basic hotel in central London for one day, you will not get it for anything less than 90 or 100 pounds. And trust me, the size is going to be way too small in comparison to how you find it in South Asia. And you're getting it at £141 per week. You're saving your money. You're right opposite to the university. Parents feel much more secure. Also, there are a lot of facilities available. This is the fee. You're not being charged anything, for using the basic utilities, the electricity bill, the water bill. You've got a common space for you to kind of cook. And it's amazing, you've got different students from different countries, and you kind of learning about different dishes, different cultures, sitting around, doing some self-study. And I think the icing on the cake is that you're not sharing your room with anyone at £141. It's your own personal space, which kind of makes me feel, it looks very exciting, right? At this price, you're getting everything that you would want. I wish we had those kind of funds at our time when we could go and kind of study. So that's accommodation for you. Then comes the Student Life Center. Now, as a university, they are providing students with a lot of facilities, right? From, and that a lot of that comes under the Student Life Center. And so the Student Life Center, essentially, they advise and support students with a wide range of non-academic and educational needs, right from accommodation advice to students with special abilities, supporting them, employment and career advice, financial advice, international student advice, mental health and well-being. So you're right from accommodation. Students are facing any issues, just get in touch with the Students Life Center team, and they will be helping you. For students with special abilities, if they need any help, they are again there to kind of support you. They can always make changes in your room, the way it's kind of structured, or if you need some additional time to complete your exam, you'll get it. Financial advice, when students go out, and this is very, very funny, when students essentially go out to study, when you are getting amazed with a lot of things that you always dreamt of, and they're coming in front of you and you want to buy them. When you buy things and when you're on the way back to the university, you sometimes suddenly realize that, okay, I spent majority of my funds and I might not have sufficient left for the rest of the month. So in those cases, and it happens, and it's an interesting thing to happen with everyone. But then there are people who kind of supporting you and telling you what is the right way to spend your money, from where to buy, when to buy, where to open a bank account, from where you will get more discounts. Then you've got international student advice, which is more around helping you with visas and all those kind of things. Mental health and well-being, trust me, it's going to be a very, very important thing, especially for a lot of undergrad students, because I think especially with a lot of boys, because we're very close to especially the moms, we have been spoon fed, and so you generally miss your family in the first month. So you've got your brothers in the from the same community or from South Asia who then kind of support you, and because they've experienced it, then they're there to kind of help and support you. And there are regular classes that are happening for students as well. The most important one is the employment and career advice, which again in itself is a separate question, but it's again a part of one of the services that are being offered. Now, if you remember in the beginning of the presentation, I talked about we are known for employability, and I've been bragging about it from the beginning. Then I talked about some of the awards that we have got for employability, why employers love us, why they prefer our students, why a lot of employers send their employees to study at the university. Now I'm talking about the magic. What is it that the employability team is doing? What is it that the university is doing that they're jumping places? Okay, so just from an employability standpoint, there are a lot of things that are happening by the university. Number one, we've got a team which is only in focusing in kind of doing more of a recruitment activity, making a lot of calls to employers to find out where are employment opportunities available, and accordingly they try and match it with the student's profile, and then they share it through different channels with potential applicants which they feel are probably going to be right for that opportunity. So a lot of time goes into that. That's again a different section altogether. Number two, there is a team which is involved in organizing a lot of virtual, which should be happening now, but organizing a lot of, student, these fairs, job fairs that are happening on campus. So they get a lot of, students get a lot of convenience that they don't have to go outside. You will see a lot of employers kind of coming in, and students get a chance to meet them, develop a rapport with them, and, kind of there's a high possibility that you might actually find a job there at the job fairs. Number three, there's a team which is only looking at what kind of skills would the students need in the coming future. They're looking at more of a futuristic angle, because time is changing, and you can see that we have been evolving, and we have been changing. We have been pushed to use more technology. So what kind of skills would be required 5 years down the line? What kind of additional things that students can do to make their profile look much more stronger when they go in front of employer? Then there is called a big segment which is called a career gym. Now, career gym is a fancy name, but like the way we all go to gym to either put on muscles or to reduce our weight, similarly students go to our career gym, wherein their profile is getting scanned, and students are getting the team is telling a student what are some of the strengths do they have, what are some of the areas that they need to work on, and right from day one they start working with them on how to conduct themselves, what is the right way to approach an employer, what is the best way to present yourself. So again, a lot of effort goes into the employability team, and I think we as a university have got a very strong connection with the industry, because it's important that students understand that end of the day, your first salary that you get from the first job is going to be deciding your next salary. If somebody is getting a £10,000 annual income, you can't expect your next salary to go £40,000. It is probably going to be an increment on £10,000 only. So it's very, very important that you understand why employability and why studying at a university which is known for employability plays a very, very important role. Because if you're starting at as a 23 or a 26, and you could be better as well for exceptional students, depending upon how much hard work you put in, you'll get better salaries. So at this point in time where we are right now, it's going to be even more important that students make the right decision, they put right amount of time, spend more time with their counselors. So yeah, these are some of the facilities that we're offering. And in terms of, if I talk about equipments and labs, we've got the biggest virtual engineering lab in Europe. The physical lab sizes are about 6,000 square meter, which is pretty huge for students. Everything from a psychology lab to a pub lab to a a real-time labor ward to a digital like a architectural robotics lab as well. And also, like for architectural students, you will be using these 3D 3D printers, which are very expensive when it comes to your work, but you don't need to pay anything extra. Universities will charge you money for that, but we don't do that. It's all a part of you. Even with our labs as well for engineering students, in a lot of universities they have to pay. Like the labs are shared with some outsiders as well. It doesn't happen at LSBU. Everything is only and only for our students. So yeah.
Thank you, Karan. You have answered most of the question. So I would like to go for the more questions that we have received from the student side. There is a very good question. Is it practically possible for September intake for campus class?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I feel it's tough. It's difficult. See, it's understand. Just think about it for a second. You are right now sitting in your home in Nepal. Do you feel comfortable going outside?
No.
Maybe not. Right? Maybe not. Right now I'm in a situation where I don't even feel like going to a grocery store and probably buy milk to just kind of make tea every day. So I see it's the government, like, see, please, there are two things that everybody needs to understand, and this is not from London South Bank, this is on a bigger scale, that from a teacher, from a professor's angle, professors love students, and we want you guys to come on the campus. Everybody is like, professors have already started missing their kids. I see that happening in some virtual classes that are happening for the current students, but eventually we want you on campus, but not at the not at the stake of your safety. That can't happen, and that will not happen. So I feel it's not going to happen. It's important. See, you need to understand that everybody is trying to make adjustments, and we're trying to for you. Like, universities all across the world are working really hard to ensure the student gets whatever they want. We don't want you to miss on anything, but it's important that maybe you also ask yourself that can we kind of do a little bit of adjustment for some time? And see, end of the day, I feel technology is the future. Like, you accept it, you don't accept it right now. I know for a fact that eventually we will be coming to technology. Even if you look at it, if you go on the websites of universities, you will find that if you actually look at a module of any course, it's essentially 30% that's happening in class. The rest 70% is all salary. You're using learning management tools like Moodle and all of a kind of studying things. So eventually you do that, but it's just a matter wherein everybody as a community understands that how can we best support the interest of everyone, which essentially is the student. So I doubt that. I would not. I don't think. Yes, I would love that I go wrong, and I'm but at the moment, I'll be very honest. The situation is changing every day. That you just don't have answer, and something like this has never happened before. So you don't have like a password to kind of crack this.
Yeah. I have got another question. Like, is there any nursing courses? If yes, then what is the Ielts requirement?
Yes, I mean, I think the nursing courses are definitely there, and we pretty much do very well with the nursing courses. The requirement is pretty high. I think it should be between very easily. Let me just quickly find that for you.
I think 7.0 is banned.
I think maybe even more than that.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it just coming. Just a second. So entry requirements for nursing courses. Yeah, you need a 7. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Rajendra. You need a 7.
Okay. I have to ask another question regarding PSW. Will you be happy to answer a little more about PSW, why it is so important? Because the government has recently reintroduced this PSW, because that was here, but in some period of time they discontinued it, and they have come up again with this PSW, which has attracted the international student again towards the
Yeah,
UK university. So can you please elaborate
absolutely.
more?
Absolutely. So see, let's look at it in a very basic layman's language. Um, Everybody knows it that, and I think UK government, I think they did kind of realize that a good section of their income does come from international students, right? Now, for some time, they definitely, abolished the policy, and everybody has seen the result of that. And I think colleges, universities have always been in favor of having PSW in place, and the current government is pretty much on for it. And see, it's important that when an international student is investing certain money to kind of go outside, you just can't expect them to find anything within 6 months. If you don't find it, to go back. We need to give them a little bit of time. And so we are very happy that the current government is very open, and they're kind of doing everything they can for students, especially international students. And it's a fantastic opportunity for students as well. Even for students who feel that at some point in time you want to come back, you still get an opportunity to kind of find jobs. And 2 years is a long time, which is amazing. So you pretty secured those ways. You kind of learn more about different businesses. How does it work? Adopt all the best practices, and at some point in time, even if you want to come back, your degree will always hold that value of a UK education. And I think I've also been hearing that what happens if we have to settle for like the first semester online. In those cases, this has not got confirmed right now, but we have been hearing that the government would still consider those students to be eligible for PSW, even if they study first semester at their home. This is not 100% confirmed, but this is what we've been hearing. We should definitely be getting more. We should get a solid answer very soon on that as well.
Yes. Thank you so much, Karan. Yeah, and we are nearly to the end of the program. So I have one question this is regarding KIEC. I'm interested to apply in your university. Why should I choose KIEC to apply for London South Bank University?
Yep. Well, I've got a lot of answers. I can talk about this for hours. But see, there are a few things that I think if I was a student, number one comes experience, right? These guys have been doing this for a long time. I think Mr. Rajendra, Ravi, we've got Mr. Sham. Their knowledge is probably much more than me in a lot of areas as well. So that plays very handy, because every student, every case is very different. And when there are people who have experience and they've sent so many applications, it helps. That's number one. Number two, I think it's just in the context of Nepal, it's also important for students to understand that majority consultants that are there to kind of help and support you, they are Australia focused. But KIEC, they've got their own UK division as well, who understands the UK education pretty well. They've got a team sitting in Newcastle in the UK as well, who's there to kind of support, give them updates on what's happening, how are things kind of responding. So that pretty much helps you, because they understand the UK education pretty well. They know what kind of applications, how can they help get students more scholarship, how can we help students with their SOPs. And I think just from my experience, I think of working, it's been about 8 to 10 months now. They're super professional. They kind of understand things, very innovative with their approach, and pretty handy when it comes to handling applications really well. And I think the most important thing is they're passionate. They want to serve the Nepali audience. They want that Nepali students do well for themselves, in their lives. And I think the best part that I feel is that even when the students go out and they're on campus and they're studying, they still try and maintain a good connect with them, which I think you will when you go outside and you realize that your counselor is still calling you and still trying to kind of check with you as to how are you finding things, so that they can take that feedback and then implement it and kind of share it with other students. So yeah, I think they're doing a fantastic job otherwise. And I would recommend students, in Nepal, they've got obviously so many branches. I think about 11 branches in Nepal, in every city in Nepal. So go grab your opportunity, speak to them. And it's always good, sometimes just to kind of go there and just get some guidance on what is the right way. And I think, in fact, it's very important for students to plan this a little ahead. If you're in grade 10, grade 11, go to them, understand from them how can you improve their profile, because they also help with profile building.
Thank you so much for your kind word. So we are nearly to the end of the program. So I just would like to know your final word to the student, parents, and any stakeholders who are watching live this program.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I think once again, thank you, KIEC, for this opportunity. I mean, I think for students, as I've said, and I always keep it very, very simple. And this is always, it's always in the context of South Asians. Job is important for us. We as a university are known for employability. University of the Year for graduate employment 2 is in a row. Average salary is between 23,000 to 26,000 pounds. Majority courses are coming with internships and placements. The university is right in the heart of central London in Zone 1. Everything is around you. You don't even need to go outside. And please understand, I'm being very honest. Don't make uninformed choices. Take interest. It's your career. It's not my career. It's your career. These guys are there to help you. I'm there to help you. But you have to take that final call. And sometimes if you take more informative decision, it's always going to help you. So if somebody's is looking for a we are 126-year-old university. We're pretty old. We're pretty modern as well in those contexts. Our focus is always around helping students with employability, because that's the nerve of a South Asian. We all want jobs. When we complete our studies, that's the end product. Nobody comes and says, I want to go to a university which is only known for best teaching. Would you want to go to a university which is only known for teaching and probably doesn't help with employability? Time is changing. You as students need to kind of understand that what is the end product you're looking for. So if somebody is looking out for a university which is very, very affordable in terms of pricing, our price is about 11,470 pounds after scholarship for undergrad, 10,470 for students for postgrad after scholarships. You're getting either an international scholarship or merit scholarship of 1,570 or 3,000 or 4,000 pounds at undergrad and a postgrad level. All the facilities are available to you on campus as a student. Courses are coming with placements. The accommodation is right opposite to the university for you, 141 pounds for a week. Your own fancy room that you get. You don't need anything else. And most importantly, I would again stress, it's job. So it's a very, very good combination. At the end of the day, it's London, right? So everybody wants London. You are in central London. And what better than being at a university which has got a big campus, not a building, main campus, not a branch campus. So it's just on your fingertips. It's main campus, affordable fee, affordable accommodation, proximity, central London location. You're getting everything, and you're getting us. I make sure that I am in touch with you guys. So yeah. It's a fantastic university for students who are looking for this kind of a mix.
Thank you so much, Karan, for your valuable time during this unprecedented time. And I hope, like many of our student parents has enjoyed this program. We will make it available to other social media platform as well. And thank you so much, the student parents and stakeholders who have been watching this live session on YouTube and Facebook during this hard time. And I would like to wish all the students and stakeholders stay safe, and let's fight together to this pandemic, and don't go out from home unless it is really urgent. Thank you so much, Karan.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye everyone. Bye.